My dear international friends, just recently Russian government prohibited all direct flights from Russia to Georgia. They also keep scaring their population with all kinds of fake news and propaganda that it's not safe in Georgia, that it's a dangerous country, that people are hating like Russian tourists, that it's not friendly and not welcoming, which first of all is a lie. This Saturday, I flew from Ukraine to Georgia, and on the bus from the airport, it was full of Russian tourists and Russian-speaking tourists. Nobody had said a bad word to them. Some of them did not have coins to pay, and the driver told them they didn't have to. I have a Russian-speaking grandmother. We are walking around the city very freely and speaking Russian to each other. We even went twice to protests, and she was by my side. And again, there was no aggression, no any kind of provocations. This is an excuse, and the excuse was that there were and there are still ongoing protest movements and protest demonstrations in front of Georgian Parliament, protesting the visit of Russian Member of Parliament of Duma, Sergei Gavrilov, who sat in the Georgian Parliament in a speaker's chair, which is protested by by activists, by regular citizens in the streets. But this is just an excuse, and reasons for this prohibition could be many. And one of them is that Putin had invested so much in Crimea, occupied by the Russian authorities, but all the tourists are still coming to Georgia. Last year we had over 1 million of Russian tourists visiting Georgia. The second and biggest reason is to punish Georgian people and Georgian state for its protest against Russian occupation, against of our territories, against Russia's support of separatism, against all kidnappings and murders of Georgian citizens by welcomed and not punished by the Russian authorities, even though it is in their power and their control. In 2006, we already had embargo from Russia. They prohibited our wine and mineral waters from sales. Then they had an excuse to blame this on Georgian government. Putin came out and said, it's not Georgian people who we are punishing, it's the government who wants to join NATO and the EU. And it was a good comfort zone for Russian citizens. They still could love Georgian wine and food, but keep telling each other and everybody that it's bad politicians who are leading Georgia, and this is why all the conflict is going on. But now it was regular citizens and people who organized those protests. So there is no of this excuse. Obviously, Georgia is going to have some economic losses due to this disinformation, and I believe that we should have been working more towards switching to Western markets. And thanks Putin for giving us reason again and showing that Russia is not a reliable trading partner. There were a lot of flights scheduled, planned, which now have to be canceled. Businesses are going to lose a lot of money due to this, and it's illegal because the Russian government had promised, they allowed those flights, and now they're prohibiting them, resulting in financial losses for private business and instability for private business. But this is why I'm really asking you, those who support Georgia, who love it, who respect its independence, who think it should be independent, who have been here especially, to come here again, spend your summer here, see our sightseeings, enjoy our beach, food, mountains, forests. I can connect you with tour guides. I can help you and find accommodation. And it would be just nice to meet and reunite again. I'm really looking forward to seeing you this summer in Georgia and seeing your support to us. And for those who already have been to Georgia, it's a great idea, or who are right now here, to also record similar videos and telling people what you've seen with your own eyes and what you have experienced yourselves, that it's safe, it's welcoming, and show some of the gorgeous views that you've caught through with your cameras or videos and so on, and just be on track. Thank you, and hope to see you this summer in Georgia.